So out with the old, in with the new. And how many of you have read the book, Your 12-Week Year? Has anyone read that? Hands up, put it in the chat. Anyone read the book, the 12-Week Year? It's this book right here. It is fabulous. I highly recommend it. The author is Brian Moran, I should say, sorry. The concept of this book, I'm not going to teach you this whole book tonight. I can give you like a 1-minute synopsis of this book. And if anyone ever wants to do a deep dive on this book, message me. There's a few of us talking about doing a little 12-week year thing together. But the concept is, I want you all right now, if you're brave, throw in the chat your biggest goal with your business. Now, this could be a personal goal, or it could be a business goal. So if you see on the screen here, personal goals, I always like to think of my personal goals as the F's. Faith, family, fitness. Fitness doesn't mean exercise in this case. It's just a nice F word. It's health and well-being, whatever that means to you. Okay, faith, family, fitness, friends, finances, fun. Okay, do you have goals there? Or your business goals, income, team building, career plan advancement, trip, excellence awards. Throw me some of your goals in the chat. Okay, what have we got? Promote to an executive team. Love it. Wedding funds. Awesome. Okay, the author again is Brian Moran, M-O-R-A-N. Nikki, can I pick on you for a minute? When's the wedding? Nikki, when's the wedding? Maybe
she
we
said
can't.
June 6th.
June 6th. June 6th. Okay, awesome. Retire early. Lori, how early is retire early? How far away is that?
3 years.
Okay, I'm going to work with Lori on this for a second, okay? Thank you, Nikki. Yours is great too. It's just close, and I want to demonstrate something a little further away. So some of us have goals like pay off the mortgage, promote to executive director when you're currently a director or team leader or whatever, or retire early in 3 years, okay? Lori, and your goal being retire early in 3 years, if you don't do what you need to do today or this week, is that really you probably don't really feel like that's gonna have an immediate effect on whether you get to retire early in 3 years, right? Do you guys see where I'm going with this? When you look at your goals that are kind of far away, it's really important and great to have those goals. The problem with those is it's very easy to procrastinate and put off what we need to do today in order to reach those goals. Do y'all agree with me? Do you understand where I'm coming with that? So Lori's goal of retiring early means that, I mean, in 3 years, great. And I'm glad she actually has a goal, a date in mind. Sometimes people just say, oh, retire early. I don't really know, but earlier than I would otherwise. She has a date in mind, but we need to bring that in a little tighter. So for Lori, for example, what we would want to do is to back that down, and Lori would need to know what it's going to take for her to be able to retire early. So for example, let's say, and I don't know Lori, so I'm just throwing out numbers here. Let's say Lori needs to put an extra $60,000 away to be able to retire early. All right, or I'm going to actually just use the example that I did in the next screen here so that my numbers will work a little easier. Let's say we had to pay off $30,000 in debt this year. Your goal is you want to pay down $30,000. The thing is, if you go get Starbucks today, or you don't make any follow-up calls today to book some parties, that's not going to feel like it's much different, right? Because you got a whole year to fix this. What I want to do for you today is create a little bit of urgency to your goals. So I want you to take whatever your goal is that you wrote down, whether it is, we've been using money goals. They don't have to be. Like somebody wrote down director by conference. Okay, conference is what, 9 months away. I want you to bring that into 12 weeks from now. All right. Now I'm going to tell you, any one of you could be a director in the next 60 or 90 days. No one needs teleconference to be a director. So that's okay if it's your goal, but I'm going to challenge you to consider bringing that into your 12-week goal. Some goals we can't just, like the 12-week year implies in a way that you take the goal that you have for a year from now, and you bring it and say, I'm going to do it in 12 weeks instead. Some goals you can do that, some you can't. If you had a goal to lose 100 pounds, I don't want any of you changing that to say, well, I'm going to do that in 12 weeks. Like clearly that would not be a good decision, right? But you can take it and bring it into what you have to do in the next 12 weeks. Does that make sense to everybody? So in this example, I said, like your goal was to pay off 30,000 this year. we're going to bring it down a little tighter. Obviously, 12 weeks is not a third of the year, but with focus and concentration, you could say, you know what, my focus then for the next 12 weeks is to pay off $10,000. Then you bring it down even further, and I'm clearly rushing this so that we can dig into some meat and potatoes here, but I want you to see how useful and valuable it is to do this. So then you would say, okay, well, if I want to pay off 10,000 in the next 12 weeks, then I want to pay off 3,330 in the next month. Now, can you blow off making calls for 3 days? No, right? You've created some urgency. You know that this week you're going to get to the point of earning $833 so that you can pay off the 3,300. Okay, are you all following me? So in order to do that, to pay off the 833, you're going to you have to know your own show average, but let's just say for you, you've got to hold 4 parties. You want to make sure you hold 4 successful parties. You best book 5 or 6, right? Now we're breaking this down and being real. So what do I need to do? Well, I need to also make sure I have 4 parties booked for next week. So I need to do 30 reach outs today, or I'm not going to have my 4 parties next week. And we got to consistently do all the things all the time in our parties. So my first challenge to all of you is that you really think about your, poor Amber. Okay, director by New Year. Yeah, I'm not beating anybody up. I don't mean to make anybody, but I really just want you to challenge yourself on your goals and think about what can you do to bring it back into the 12 weeks. That's really the concept of the book, The 12-Week Year. It does dig into how to do those things and to hold yourself accountable. How are you guys feeling about this so far? Do you see the value in doing this so that you can have a really successful November, December, and January? Because if we go back, if you look at 12 weeks, starting today, that will take you through all of November, December, and right to the end of January, hooking into the first week of February. So if you looked at what can you do during those 12 weeks, alongside having a wonderful Christmas, and for my American friends, Thanksgiving, we took care of that already in Canada. We do that in October, but I know y'all have all your holidays and so on coming up, and you want to have all the time to do that. But what can you do to have a really successful season of November, December, and January? All right. So let's dig in a little bit more about how we can translate that into our business. But I really want to leave you all with that homework. Take your goal and turn it into a 12-week goal. It does make it seem possible, right? And it also makes it, oh, I like Jennifer Lewandowski's comment, takes away the someday factor. Yeah, if goals, I remember saying this when I was working towards executive director. I had said I wanted to be an executive director for the longest time, and it wasn't happening. And one day I woke up, I feel like I need to stop sharing this because this is like serious talk here for a second. One day I woke up and I realized that becoming an executive director had been the focus of my thoughts for a really long time. But you know what it wasn't? The focus of my actions. Okay. So with your goals, they can't just be the focus of your thoughts. People say, write them down, tell everybody. Yeah, I did all that. That's all really important stuff, right? It is good to write them down. It's great to tell everybody. But then you got to actually freaking do something, people, right? You got to take and put all these goals and put some action steps to them. Trina Litsky's laughing at me. Like, I don't mince words in case you haven't noticed. So that's what I want you to do with your 12-week goal. All right. So let's dig into what we need to be focused on right now. What I wanted to do is sort of think about, and I didn't go through the entire 12 weeks, but this is what I'm going to challenge you to do. You run a business. Yes? Y'all agree? You're in business, right? Business people have business plans. Yeah, right? Generally more than today. They don't usually, serious business people don't just get up and go, what is screaming at me today? How many of you get too caught up in being reactive instead of proactive, right? You let the day run you instead of you running the day. Here's a news flash for you. You are not a brain surgeon. No one is going to die if you don't respond to their immediate message. I'm talking to you about whether you are a new consultant with a customer screaming about a broken bar pan, or whether you are an executive director with a leader who thinks she needs every answer right this minute, right? None of us are brain surgeons. No one's going to die if you don't answer. Now, I'm not telling you to give poor customer service. I'm telling you to manage your time and manage your day. You run your day, don't let the day run you. Okay, so that means that you work from a plan. And that does not mean, I'm so guilty of this, I have a to-do list that probably has 250 things on it. What are the chances I'm ever going to get to that? When am I ever going to feel good putting my head on the pillow at night with a list of 250 things? So what I want you to do is the night before, you pick 3, 5 if you're like, think you're a real rock star, of the most important things that you need to get done tomorrow. That's it, 5 things. And those are non-negotiables, you guys. You will do those no matter what. And they are things that are, I'm telling you, if you get nothing out of this, this is what changed my business. Hold on, I'm too excited. Getting all dry and verklempt here. Okay, so your to-do list best have something to do with that number 1 action goal. How many of you have something on your to-do list every day that has to do with where you need to be 12 weeks from now? Because now you got an urgent goal. So there has to be something on your to-do list that's going to help you get to that goal. So if your goal is promote to director, what's on your to-do list today that's going to get you to director? And if you don't know, that's a whole nother, call. If you don't know what steps you really need to do to get to your goal, then you need to reach out to your leader and say, listen, I want to be a director on February 1st. We're cutting out the last 6 days for you people. That's it, February 1st, right? I want to be be a director on February 1st. What do I need to do? And then that is what goes on your to-do list every day. The other stuff, you'll fit it in. Y'all know this story about the big rocks. Do you know that story? This wasn't in my plan and I'm gonna run out of time probably. Real quick, if you don't know the big rocks, look it up. Okay, it basically is take a jar, and if I gave you like a bunch of sand and some pebbles and some big rocks, if you start by putting the sand in first, you're never going to fit in all the big rocks, right? I'm so doing a bad job of this story. Look it up. There's really wonderful ways to tell it. But the right way to do it is put the big rocks in first, and guess what? The sand will fit in all around. So that's what I'm talking about. Your big rocks are the action steps that are going to get you to that goal. Get those on the list. Where do you want to be? Like, I'm going to tell you things you should do between now and November, December, January, whatever. You need to know what you need to do based on your goals. Right? All right. All right. Sorry, I'm not keeping an eye on the chat. I'll come back to that afterwards. So plan your work and work your plan. So I would sit down and look at each week between now and February 6th, because that's 12 weeks. But, for this, that it just worked nice. We'll call it February 1st. And what are the things that you should be doing in those weeks? So you guys, next week's Black Friday week, right? Now, there are, oh my gosh, sorry, just a second. I would always ignore, oh my goodness. Okay, she'll call her dad, I hope that. All right, my daughter started basic training to be a Canadian Armed Forces firefighter. Today is her first full day. We dropped her off on Saturday and she just tried to FaceTime me. Anyway, my husband will get to her. I'll talk to her shortly. Okay, so Black Friday next week. There's going to be deals, right? There always are. There's going to be something, right? So you want to be prepping for that now, right? What does that mean? Okay, you guys, I'm really sorry. Just a second. Hey, honey, I'm leading a call for a bunch of people. Can you call Daddy and I'll get back to you soon? I'm sorry. It's okay. Soon. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. 9:30. Okay. Love you. Bye. Sorry, guys. I would never do that if she wasn't like calling 3 times and has her phone for like half an hour. Okay. Prep for Black Friday week. All right. So that's thinking ahead. Like, what are you going to do? Are you running a shared rewards party for next week? Are you offering, like I was just sending messages to past consultants all day, offering them to come back as a holiday ambassador, or let's get them set up at least to do their own Black Friday party, right? So, I'm thinking ahead now to get these parties organized for next week if you're not fully booked already. I just confessed to a whole bunch of people I'm not fully booked for next week, but that's okay. So I'm making extra room because it's Black Friday week, right? All right. And then, are you going to hold, obviously next week will be crazy and you'll be wanting to do all the follow-ups. So have you cleared your calendar? Have you figured out and scheduled when you are going to work? right? Put it on your calendar and be as true to that schedule to yourself and keep promises to yourself as if it was a dentist appointment or whatever else. You don't get up in the morning and go, oh, it's raining. I don't think I'm going to go to the dentist today, or I got laundry to do. I'm going to blow off that appointment, right? Keep these appointments with yourself. Sit down now and schedule your work time from now until you're going to break for Christmas. And by the way, just because we have Christmas cutoffs does not mean that you shut down your shop. Okay, now I'm jumping ahead to Christmas. We'll get back to that. So then I would look at, okay, what else do I want to do between now and Christmas? It's a great time to do a food bank or other charity fundraiser in early December as well. How are you being a holiday helper? How are you going to show off creative gift ideas, holiday cooking, baking, entertaining ideas, the idea of earning income for the holidays, right? People can join us as late as like December 13th and still get a paycheck in one paycheck in time to pay for all their groceries for Christmas. Now, obviously, the sooner they join us, the better, but you're not going to stop talking about our business opportunity because the kit is not on sale after tonight, right? You're still going to be offering. The kit gives us something exciting to talk about. The people you're talking tomorrow, it's still just as exciting to have how much is your lowest kit? Sorry, I can't speak American. Ours is less. Ours is different amount. 50? Yours is 50, right? Okay. So they're still going to be just as excited. So, yes, when you get off this call, you should keep doing reach outs, but you're not going to stop because the kit isn't on sale tomorrow, right? Okay. So working that plan forward. And the other thing I would tell you is hosts right now are busy, right? And so that means that you need to be reaching out earlier than normal. And you're not going to say, are we still going ahead with your party? Don't ever say that. You're just going to say, hey, Gloria, Michelle here from Paper Chef. I am super excited about your party coming up on December 15th. I'm already thinking about all the great holiday gift ideas we're going to share, and just say, what are you most excited about or something like that. Like ask a question that gets the conversation going. Don't ever ask, are we still going ahead? You're just saying, I can't wait, that kind of stuff. But you're reminding her and staying present with her the whole time. Send her a recipe once a week between now and then. Anything that is going to make her still be excited about the party. Oh my gosh, look at the host bonus you can grab. If it's a November party, hey, check it out. What's on your wish list? What do you think you're going to use if you get one item for 60% off? What are you going to do when you get 2 items for 60% off? You're going to stay in touch with your host, create lots of excitement, and really build that relationship with her. And maybe through doing that, you will be able to flip her to being a consultant before then as well. Okay, let's talk holiday season real quick. As I just touched on, just because we all have our Christmas cutoff dates does not mean that you close your shop. What would you think if you went to go to your favorite store on December 22nd and they were closed? You'd be like, what kind of a business is this? Who has their store closed on the 22nd of December? You can still serve people in a lot of ways. First of all, tons of our customers are not buying for their own Christmas present, or they're not buying for presents all the time, right? A huge percentage of the products you sell are not going to be Christmas gifts. So they still need those things, right? You could be talking about what are you going to do with your holiday leftovers? And it was funny, I quickly messaged the leaders of this call. I'm like, do you guys have Boxing Day? So for my Canadian friends, they know what Boxing Day is. I guess you guys don't do Boxing Day. I think it's a British throwback thing. But Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, December 26th. And you could joke, you could even send something and say like, I learned from my Canadian friends that Boxing Day is a thing. So now I'm having Boxing Day. So we didn't used to have Black Friday. It's just migrated here from you guys. Thank you very much. And so we never had Black Friday because it's not our Thanksgiving anyway. And so we had Boxing Day. So Boxing Day is the day after Christmas, and the stores have massive sales the day and the week after Christmas. Boxing Day, Boxing Week, it's all the thing. Okay. So I was kind of surprised when I was like, oh, I don't think they do that in the US, but you can, right? You could say, I'm going to be an honorary Canadian British person, whatever, and have a Boxing Day sale. So do something right after Christmas as well. People get money for Christmas, right? Lots of people get money for Christmas. You could do another sale type thing right after Christmas. Here's the thing though. I need you to, I'm so short on time, 6 minutes. We got to talk January. That's what the leaders were like, make sure they know about January. And I totally agree. Here's the deal. If you go to sleep on December 15th and you wake up on January, I'm talking your business here, right? You wake up around January 3rd and you start to try to shake off whatever cobwebs got up in there. It doesn't happen that easily. If you sleep through a couple of weeks, you're going to come back and, like think about anything else. If you've been sitting still for too long and when you get up, do you ever feel a bit creaky and it takes a bit to get moving? Same with your business, right? You know what momentum is. And when you don't have it, it's much harder to push that rock and get it going again. When you've got momentum, you'll keep it flowing. Take time for you and your family. Absolutely, 100%. But you can also still touch your business once in a while. You can start sharing tips about, hey, are you going to be thinking about what to do with those holiday leftovers? Hey, how many of you are thinking about the fresh start for the new year? What are your goals? What are your plans for the new year? We love healthy eating in the new year. We also love comfort food in the new year, right? We love soups and stews and chilies and all those comfort wintry foods, right? All of that is going to be, don't talk to me if you're in Florida or wherever else. I have no interest in hearing about your not winter. And I'm just kidding. So yeah, the point is that you want to be thinking about what they're going to be looking for in January as well. What are some other things? Throw in the chat. What are other things people are looking for in January? Fresh start. Yes, sips and dips ideas for New Year's, right? All those things. What didn't Santa put under your tree? What were you hoping to find there that didn't make it? Okay. Oh, by the way, that's another thing. I'm bouncing around here for a second back to December. Ask your hosts. If I will share this. I didn't think about this until right now. But I'll share with your leaders. I always had a little graphic that was like, who are your Christmas elves? And they could put in the name and phone number or Facebook contact, whatever, of their elves, right? So their husband generally, but it could be their mom or their adult children or whatever, and a wish list of things that they would like. And how do you so that you're asking them how to reach those people. You guys, husbands will fall all over themselves when you come and say, hey, listen, I know that so-and-so is looking for this on her, would love to find this under the tree. I'd love to have it wrapped and ready for you. Can I help you out? And by the way, when you're talking to those guys, I hate to be so generalist and sexist, but it is usually like we have a lot of female customers and a lot of men who don't know what to get their wives for Christmas, right? So if you can make suggestions, they will buy all day long. If somebody wants an air fryer, you talk to a man, you're like, I could have 4 other gifts wrapped up with that'll all be perfect compliments with the air fryer. They're going to be like, here's my money, right? So don't be afraid to reach out and find a way to get a hold of your best hosts, your best customers, partners, and people in their life. Like ask them or just start on Facebook and see if you can figure it out. That's another option, right? So with January, though, I've got a couple techniques for you real quick. First of all, create yourself a little coupon or something that you can put in with everyone's order now. Now, I get it. Most orders we never see, but you do have some people that pick up and so on. So if that, it could be an actual physical one, but it also can just be one that you text out with your thank you for your orders, right? Send along a little coupon that gives them the opportunity to, shop at a discount in January, and you double the value of that coupon when they book their own January party. You're going to see so many people right now, right? You know what I mean, but see them at your virtual parties and so on. And especially through Black Friday week next week, give them a reason to come back. How many of you go shopping at your favorite clothing store or whatever, and they run a deal where, like, Old Navy is famous for that, right? They run a deal where you get your Old Navy dollars and they're not good for 3 weeks from now because they want you to come back then, right? And they're going to do it in weeks that are like times that are slower where business can be challenging. So offer something extra when they have their own party the first 2 weeks of January, and get those little coupons sent out with your thank yous. You're all doing thank yous, right? When you get your orders, like if you don't know, the easiest thing you can do is send a thank you text rather than Messenger, because your email comes right to your computer. You all know this, right? Your email's coming to your phone. Open the email that says an order was added to the party. All you have to do is tap the phone number. It opens a text for you, and you should have a thank you text saved as a text replacement in your phone. Do y'all know about text replacements? Everyone know about text replacement in your phone? Okay, it is the biggest time saver. If you don't know, well, I guess message me after or message your leader and we'll make sure you know. But, and you can also, I'll give you the best technology tip you're ever going to get. On your computer, you can get text replacement too. There is an app for your computer, for your laptop or your, called Beef Text. Okay, I'll put it in the chat, but beef like the cow, Beef Text. Hang on, I'm typing and I'm not typing. I'm trying to type. Here we go. Beef Text. Okay, just go download that and you can create all the text. I have all my host coaching, all my follow-ups, everything, all my reach outs to my new consultants. It's all saved as 3-letter. And boards as well. Yes, boards is good too. But yeah, for sure. You want to have, I forget about boards because I somehow never got on the boards thing. I guess because I use text replacements religiously, but anyway. Okay, so that's that. So January, like I said, I get overbooked now and stay in touch with your hosts. Again, start now. If you have hosts booked for January, make sure by mid-December that you're sending them, I would send them a Christmas card. Okay, send them a Christmas card with something in it saying, can't wait for your party, a holiday card of some description, you know what I'm saying? And make sure that you've got them because again, it needs to be in their mind. If you call them up a week before their party, they've forgotten. There's a lot going on in our heads. Yep, there's a letter in marketing imagery. I was just gonna say the same thing. A host letter in there that you can send to your January host. It's so important that you create that excitement and stay with them now and get them excited. Like start asking them, what do you think? Should we do a comfort food or should we do a fresh start party? You guys, it can be the same party. Just change up a couple of recipes. You don't have to change your entire template or if you're using, whether you're using Table or Facebook or whatever. I don't change my party. I call it something different and throw in a couple different recipes. Like that's it. It's the same thing, right? So, but get them thinking that's all their idea. Are we doing fresh start? We doing comfort foods? We doing sips and dips? What do you want to do? And get them super excited about it. Baking, whatever. So I'm over time. That was a lot fast. I'm just, did I look at my last slide here? No, it's okay. It was, I said it all. It just wasn't up on the slide. It's all good. Any questions? Was I talking too fast? Are you overwhelmed? Good ideas? Are you good? Ugh. Anything else? Anyone else got a great idea you want to share for January?
I think these are fabulous.
Good.
I would just say, and I put it in the chat, but I would just say, I know Jen and I actually were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Like, as you're making reach outs now for maybe December bookings or November, if they can't, and they say, oh, call me after the holidays or let me know after the holidays, don't wait until after the holidays to reach out. Ask them, hey, can I interest you in some double free in January? Let me pencil you in. Pencil you in is a great phrase too, because don't wait. If you wait and call after the holidays or connect with them after the holidays, you'll be like middle or end of January or even February. So
100%.
Well, and you can also reach out to your January hosts that you do have on your calendar and ask them if they want to jumpstart their sales for their January party and start sharing their link now. Yep. People are shopping for the holidays. Let's get that started. And obviously they ship right away. The other thing that you can think about doing is do like a customer appreciation kind of gift and send them something. I just realized I can't share the rest of that story. To be continued. Yeah. Trina thinks, I think Trina knows where I was going with that. Pause, I'll get back to you on that.
All good. We know it's all good. Yeah, but I mean, you can do customer appreciation regardless, right? It's all good, Jen. It's all good. Anyway, okay. You guys, I think we could continue this discussion all night. I love those last tips though. That was awesome. You guys have a fantastic week and share your great January tips with your leaders. They'll share them with us and then we'll, filter them back out through all of you. Okay. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye-bye.
thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.